What is happening?
We are live. So
live. That's
We're
what's
live
happening.
here at the 10-7 show with Tara Goose and myself. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with. I don't know what's going on. Oh Lord, we got construction going on in our background. We're on location. We had some people reach out to us and said that they wanted us to do the show from their home and they would cook us some dinner. And I said,
right,
let's do it.
Let's do it. We down for the food, right, baby?
However, we weren't invited.
Exactly.
So
I like fried pork chops too.
Mm-hmm.
They said y'all cuss too much. Make them cuss.
Well,
join the party.
We do.
It's true. They said y'all cuss and make them cuss. But we are here for yet another Sunday. It is Labor Day weekend. That's what it is, right? Labor Day?
Yeah, Labor Day.
Right? Labor Day weekend. And, we're here having some fun. Hope you all are enjoying your week. I'm so used to the camera being here and today because Ron's over here and I keep looking in the wrong place. But we're so happy that you guys are able to join us this weekend. Thank you very much. Things would be slightly different. You may notice some slight differences, but we're not going to point them out.
Excuse me.
But like I always...
I'm sorry.
I know. You okay? You want to take a nap? Come back later. But y'all know how I like to start every show. I like to ask how y'all been, how y'all doing, what's going on.
Yeah, we're good. We legitimately are home alone. It's like we're empty nesters for real.
We went to the drive-in on Friday.
We did. We went to the drive-in. That was an adventure.
Yeah.
How was that? I saw your pictures.
Well, our battery died.
The battery died in our car.
And they jumped us and we drove home.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah. So
does that happen a lot at drive-ins? Like, does that happen? Like, it does? Because you got to keep your car, turn the engine off.
That's why they keep the
Because you think about it, you just got the radio on with the battery and not starting it for like 2 hours.
And that's how you hear it?
Right. This was a double feature and it was 2 Marvel movies. So you do the math.
But what I found out
for like half a day.
Yeah.
This was just the straw that broke the camel's back for the battery.
Right.
Because when I got the new battery this morning, it was the original battery. And this is 17.
Oh, wow.
I've been in this since 16.
Right. So there it is. But other than that, the week was,
uneventful.
We're uneventful is good. We're still here. Everybody's healthy, knock on wood. So how about you guys?
Week was cool. I can't think of much that happened this week, to be honest with you. Recorded a couple shows. The Return of Intelligent Ignorance.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
The Return of Intelligent Ignorance was yesterday.
Yeah.
If anybody caught that
earlier today.
Yeah, appreciate it. I saw your comment, Goose. I saw the dude that did the backflip goes to Eli school.
Yeah, right.
Yes. I was like, oh my God, he jumped into a petri dish.
Yeah, we were, if we were set up for it, we'd have given him the Big Dummy Award, but we weren't able to do that. Maybe we can give it to him next week.
Just because he didn't get the award don't mean he's not a big dummy.
No, he definitely
That's absolutely true.
Definitely. So
I
don't know. Don't worry about
that's all
it.
You know what? I figured out why I'm yawning.
Okay.
Why?
Well, where we are, they have a pet, and I took some Benadryl earlier. So
You dose yourself.
What's up, Cuzzo?
What's up, everybody? Saying hello to us. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, cuz?
It's time for the Would You Rather portion of the show, and we have some Would You Rather's ready.
We do. Oh, that's right. We can't do all our effects this time around.
No, we're not using the effects today.
Okay, so here we go.
Raw.
Yes. The old way.
Raw and uncut.
All right, so here we go. Would you rather your own private island or a private jet? Own your own private island or a private jet?
My own private island.
Island. I'll say island too.
I'm gonna say I want both. But I'm gonna say jet because that's just dope. To have a jet and you can just go where you want.
Yo, dig this. If we got an island, y'all get the jet.
Boom, there you go.
Exactly. And we have best of both worlds.
Yep.
There it is.
We'll fly your jet to our island. right.
I'll send a jet. Like, go get them, Jet, and there you go.
Okay, all right. New Philly girl said that she would want a jet. So comment your would you rather. Here's the next one. Would you rather speak to animals or know other people's thoughts?
Speak to animals.
I knew you were gonna say.
Where'd they go? Okay, so it's just us.
Yeah.
So now what do we do? Let's talk about what we did this week. What did we do this week?
Do the people really want to hear what we did this week?
I don't know if they really want to hear what we did this week, but hopefully Justin and Tyra will come back.
There they go.
All right.
Kansas Trash doing this out of nowhere.
If y'all hadn't came back, it was getting ready to be the Tara Turner show, okay?
So let me tell y'all what we was going to talk about today.
That kind of has a nice ring to it, though. The Tara Turner show.
Yes.
It was about to be all about me.
Oh, speaking of that, did y'all know that Tara was in a newspaper article in the New York Times this week?
I was in the New York Times.
Really? What? Do tell.
We'll discuss it later. The photographer was here the other day. She took my picture. Yes, I was in the New York Times. The article ran, I think, Thursday or Friday. It was online. This weekend, it came out in print. I'll share the link with you. It's really not that big of a deal. I mean,
it's the New York Times, though.
It's the New York Times.
New York Times is sold all over the country.
I was like, hello, can I get your autograph? Did you know this was running this weekend? And I was like, yeah, I did. I mean, I'm not always humble, but I don't really take no mess. So I made some noise with some politicians and I got some stuff to happen. And so the New York Times reached out to me. Some local stations reached out to me. Whatever. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I made some things.
Tara Turner for president.
But it also is something that I was like, it don't need to be everybody's business, and we're family, so I'll share with y'all. But I didn't want everybody in the world to know. But whatever, it is what it is. So.
Oh, great! Okay. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
Whatever it is, I'm behind you 100%.
But what was the question again?
Would you rather speak to animals or know other people's thoughts? You know what I'm going to say.
Oh, I definitely do. I totally.
Other people's thoughts.
Yeah.
I feel like you can make money doing either one.
Oh, you can. You can.
But the crazy thing about it is you'll probably make more money reading animals' thoughts. And
my thinking is if you're hearing everybody's thoughts at one time, like I can make it stop. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. But see, if it's people's thoughts, you can be confirmed as accurate. But if it's animals' thoughts, there's no way to confirm that.
Like you're making it up. But if it's like
Justin, we can start that business.
Yeah.
What business?
Reading animal thoughts. Bring your cat dog to me.
No, we totally can.
I'll tell you exactly what they're thinking.
If people are willing to pay to find out what their cat and dog's DNA is, yeah,
right.
So there it is. There's my answer right there.
there's your answer. You have a mutt.
Speak to cats. Speak to pets. That's my answer.
You already can speak to pets.
Well, don't be telling everybody that.
He is already the animal whisperer, y'all. Y'all have no idea.
Yep. So
that's all we got, right?
Thank you. I pride myself.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Good job.
Okay.
So what's the time for now? The Dear 10-7s?
We have a couple Dear 10-7s. Goose is going to take the first one.
We are answering your questions. We are giving advice.
We're giving you our advice.
Yeah.
Yes, our advice. For what it's worth. Take it or leave it.
At least probably get a laugh out of it, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
All right. My wife and I have been together since we were just out of high school. We've been married for 18 years and we have 3 children. We have a great relationship, but I recently discovered she was extremely promiscuous in high school and found out she slept with many of our friends, some of whom are still in our social circle. I have always had a jealous nature, and now the jealousy is overwhelming my daily thoughts, especially when we see these other guys. Although the encounters happened before my time with her, I still feel cheated on and don't like it and don't look at her the same way I once did. I have not brought it up to her because I know she will get super defensive, and I know she will not go to counseling because of the nature of the topic. Any insight into getting over this would be appreciated, as I do love her and want to be with her.
Okay.
Okay.
So you said she will not go to counseling? Bruh, it seems like you're the one that needs to go to counseling.
Absolutely
It
alone.
happened in high school. And did you even mention how many women you slept with since high school?
Right.
No, but that's not what he's. It's not the
That's not what he's saying.
It's
Okay,
the people. It's who it is.
But
Right.
Okay, but yeah, but it happened in high school.
Right.
Like if we
That's
penalize everybody for what they did in high school, like come on.
Right,
Yeah.
but I understand what he's saying.
And they
I'm
work
not saying
together.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't get over it.
Right.
But I
he
do
needs to get
understand.
over it.
I understand where he's coming from. Because
Okay.
he goes to a party and it's like 6 dudes in there that done had sex with his wife.
Okay, but let's look at
and they all still cool with each other.
Right.
But he didn't know. That's the big problem with it.
Right,
He didn't know.
but he was in high school. They were in high school.
In high school.
They probably didn't know what the heck they were doing, right? They've gotten married. The other people that she slept with have gone on to be married. Like it happened forever ago.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
It's not like she's still sleeping with him now. Like
It's right. Was it with his best friend or something? Did she have
They're
kids?
still
by
in the
then?
same circle though, so they obviously are close enough to be in the same circle. They've been married for 18 years.
So well, if that's the case, then
this is my thing. Are you going to leave your wife? Are you going to break up your family?
That was my thing. I was like, dude, if you're not going to walk away, then you learn to live with it.
exactly. But he's wanting her to go to counseling. I don't think she needs to go to counseling. I think he needs to go to counseling.
He needs to,
Well,
but she needs to go too because she needs to know
understand how he feels.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So, first of all,
What if the situation was reversed? Would y'all think that? What if the situation was reversed?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all would be going off on the woman. Oh, I was in high school. That's what dudes do.
I mean,
she
probably
get it together. If
probably
this is a woman,
she probably said the same thing.
That every dude is going to feel this way, but since his feelings are so strong and extreme, then he needs counseling. You dig what I'm saying?
and individual counseling.
You know that they're not the first person that their wife has sex with. Most dudes know that he hanging out with these dudes. They're like, "Hey, John, how's it going?" You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Knowing full
Nobody
well,
said a word to him about it.
but
18 years.
He needs to go to counseling and get some coping skills.
That's what he needs. But I don't think she should be forced to go to counseling because he can't cope. He can still tell her how he feels and say, "Babe, I'm going to counseling because this is really bothering me." But to drag her into counseling because you can't cope.
Your reaction right there is why she needs to go to counseling with him.
Why?
Because his feelings are not going to be taken into consideration.
His feelings are going to be taken into consideration.
Not the way you're talking.
And dig this, by going to counseling with him, if that's what he desires, that's another way of supporting her husband.
Exactly.
I guess, but I just like I don't
be like, no, you need to get over that on your own.
Think it's a double standard. And you know what else I would like to know? Being that he said he recently discovered this, how did that come up in conversation?
Right. That would be very interesting to know.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't say how.
I'll tell you exactly how it happened. He was talking to somebody that knows, and it slipped out. Or a friend came to visit and he introduced him. It was like,
I can't remember.
He's been married for 18 years. Build a bridge.
Babe.
Get it.
Let me. Do y'all remember what was that? Ray J. Remember that Ray J had that show where he was trying to find love? I forgot what it's called, like Ray J of Love or something. It was Ray J, and he was dating all these women, and it was like one of them reality dating shows where he picked somebody at the end,
like Flavor of Love.
Like Flavor of Love. It was one of them. So they, him and his homies and Tom Green, which I guess he's homies with Tom Green, they was at the bar one day, right? And one of the girls came in. And I think it was Tom Green had slept with one of the girls beforehand. But Ray J didn't know this. Now I believe Tom Green may have said something, and then they started singing a song. Her name was Danger. They called her Danger. Her name was Danger on the thing. So the song was Danger. She smashed the homies. Danger. She smashed the homies. Danger. For the love of Ray J. Thank you,
Ray J.
For the
But you
love
know
of Ray
what?
J.
That's disrespectful. I mean,
It
It is disrespectful.
It's so many dudes out here that done smash their girlfriend's girlfriend.
absolutely.
Okay.
I
And
find it hard
probably
to
will
believe
take
that
it
if
to their grave.
these people have been married for 18 years. I don't think any of his friends would throw something like that in their face. 18 years, which means these people probably been married 18 years. So now we're going down a rabbit hole. What about their wives? Do we need to drag all these people into counseling too?
Right.
I just think he needs
See,
to go.
I think the whole problem behind it is the fact that for 18 years he didn't know, and they homies. That like they all homies.
Well, he need to take his friends to counseling.
Now his mind is probably.
Was they around for the wedding?
Hold on, wait a minute. His mind probably going. All right, well, what did she do? What was they doing to her? Did they G her up? Was it a train? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to ask those questions, but if he did, don't ask those questions, bro. I'm just.
My thing is, if these was your boys,
you don't want to know, all right?
If these was your boys and they let you walk down that aisle, knowing that, and nobody's like, "Look, man, let me pull you aside."
Let's just
you know what I mean?
This. Remember how mad Morris Chestnut was in The Best Man? And that wasn't 18 years, and they wasn't even married yet.
Yeah.
And that was only one person.
So men are more emotional.
We're
than
talking
women,
about a group of homies. We're talking about the whole starting five of the basketball team.
I don't know.
Seek some help.
Yeah, definitely.
He needs to get
I probably made it a lot worse by saying some of the things I just said for you, brother.
Exactly.
But this is entertainment, and you remember.
Right. Get some counseling. Learn how to cope. And I'll read the next one.
Okay.
You jumped on that one.
Is this the long? Oh no. Oh, okay.
No,
Here we go. All right. Dear 10-7, I have been friends with Alicia since elementary school. We are in our early 40s now. She's married. I'm divorced. 2 years after my divorce, she introduced me to a nice man I'll call Ben. Ben and I have grown closer. He recently told Alicia how he feels about me and that he wants to marry me. After he told her, Alicia started sending him messages, letting him know that she is attached to him. Okay. Oh, attracted. I'm sorry. Attracted to him. See, I always mess up on camera. I can read y'all, I promise. She is attracted to him. She even told him some confidential things about me that I shared only with her. All gloves off. Ben has shown me the messages she sent and told her he feels uncomfortable about her coming on to him. She dismissed it as joking. I plan to spend the rest of my life with him. I feel betrayed and hurt by her actions. Should I end our friendship? Absolutely. Yep. And I'm going to tell you why. She wasn't your friend if she went there and took all the bones out your closet over a dude. She ain't your friend.
And why would you?
She is a friend of me. Exactly. That she hooked you up with. So she knew she was kind of feeling it.
No,
and she married. She's a trifling friend of me.
She's married.
Alicia's married. Yeah.
Yeah. She's
scandalous.
She is not your friend. I would definitely end that friendship. Yeah. Definitely end that friendship, because if it gets serious between you and this guy here to the point of marriage, she's going to do her best to try to ruin you. And that means she's not your friend, and she wasn't your friend to begin with.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And if you do remain friends with her, don't forget who she is.
Right.
Exactly. And you can totally out your business.
Right. You can still keep her as a friend, but she wouldn't be in the inner circle, the core group of friends.
Right. I would keep her as a friend because the minute a man came along, she saw me as competition. You know what I mean? Right. And threw dirt on my name. That's not a friend.
And two, you introduced them. So how
exactly? She a turncoat. Yeah, she would not know.
She probably she gave it to the friend to hold on. Let him simmer over there with her, and then when I'm ready to pounce, I'm a pounce. On the last letter, Dean Boy says sometimes men know the woman is for the streets and still pursues. That's true.
Absolutely, too. Both ways.
But he ain't know. That's the problem.
Both ways. It's the same way for women.
He also agrees with what y'all saying about this woman.
just because she slept around doesn't make her
for the streets.
Like,
it was in high school, though.
It was in high school.
She could have been for the streets in high school.
And I don't think he should get over it. All right.
Right. It was in high school. And I mean, it was a long time ago. She was young. She was exploring her sexuality. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
But see, that I don't think that's
to a man is something.
See, you're looking at it strictly from a woman's perspective.
Right.
You're not looking at it from his perspective. Use a little.
He feels embarrassed. He's embarrassed.
He talked to his homies like, "Why y'all ain't tell me?"
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Look, check your boys, because they let you get all the way to the point of marrying her and didn't say a word. Like,
been married for 18 years, bred with the created ties that bind. So
exactly. And your homies didn't say nothing.
You gonna get divorced because your wife slept around 30 years ago?
Although,
danger.
I do think that she should have said something. Like once she felt like that it was getting to the point where they was going to get married or get engaged, she should have said something. She should have, because, and I was just talking about this earlier with Uncle Derek. Like, nobody should be able to come to Justin and say anything to Justin about me that he don't already know.
Right.
And this was before we got married. So I understand what the guys are saying. He's embarrassed and he got caught off guard because people came to him with information that he did not know about his wife. And this is why in a marriage, especially in a marriage, that y'all need to really be open and have open lines of communications. Because nobody should come to me and be like, "Oh, well, you know, Justin, this, and this, and this." I should be like, "All right, I know." Can nobody come to him and say anything about me that he don't already know? That would have dead the whole situation.
Heme Boy said men don't want women with high body counts.
Oh yeah, we had this.
Well, listen, it happens.
Yeah,
we don't want men with high body counts, but what can we do?
But you're human.
We've definitely had that discussion.
Yeah, we had the body count discussion.
Whatever you want to do with your body. So let's move on.
But I mean, you know, it is what it is. What he says is true.
Right. But neither do we. I don't want no man that's been all over the world either.
Right, because you might come home with something you can't wash off. Tanya says maybe they forgot.
They ain't forget. They did not forget.
And that might be why they still cool with her.
And he said most women do. Most women do.
That's
what?
Overthinking.
Oh, we gotta move on.
Want men with high body counts?
We gotta move on. Can we move on?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, let's move on. All right, so
we got a whole nother letter.
You guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. Dear 10-7, about 2 years ago, my wife of 20 years, Cynthia, and I divorced. Our 2 children are grown and out of the house. Our divorce wasn't the norm. We did it without a lawyer or mediator. Everything was civil. No one cheated or was abused. I think we both just changed over time. About 4 months after the divorce, I met another woman, Jennifer. Having already had my cry, I decided to give it a shot. Long story short, we are a great match for each other, and now a year and a half later, we're engaged. The problem is that Cynthia doesn't really have a family other than mine. My sister and the rest of my family are sympathetic to Cynthia and want to include her. I don't mind being around her, but the awkwardness comes in when Jen and Cynthia attend the same family events. Jen understands that it's unavoidable during big occasions such as weddings and funerals, but she feels like it isn't normal for Cynthia to be around for our casual family gatherings, which are more frequent. She feels that once people divorce, they should start to move on with their lives and shouldn't hang around with ex's family gatherings. I don't know what to do. I want Jen to attend these events. However, if I ask Cynthia to stop being around so much, it might get back to my family. And then Jennifer and I will be deemed as spoilers in the family. But she may already be seen as an outcast by excluding herself from these gatherings. Is my new lady having anxiety over nothing? Or should I ask my ex to not be around so much? X in or X out? Thoughts?
That's a tough one because it's kind of like when I first read this one, I was like, you probably have to have a sit down with the ex and explain to the ex what the feelings are, because I mean he's not married to the new lady, is he?
Not yet.
Not yet, but they're engaged, right?
Yep.
If you feeling like you're that serious about this new one, have that conversation, right? But if you like your family is still cool with, like, you know, honestly, let me. You want me to be real? Can I be real? I'm trying to be civil.
Yeah,
Can I be real? You ain't got no responsibility to your ex outside of your kids.
Right.
None.
Yeah.
None. So whatever. Like, you know.
Plus,
I know you want to.
someone else advice to their home.
You can.
I said, plus ask you to control who someone else invites to their home.
Right.
And they were married for a long time, so I'm sure she built friendships and bonds with people in the family. Like, you don't just marry that person. You marry into the family. And so that's just how it goes. Like, our family is like that. Like, once you in, you in. I don't care if you break up or not. You're in. Okay. My parents haven't been together in God knows how long. And guess where my dad be on Christmas? Right with everybody else. Guess who at the barbecue? My dad. Father. With everybody else. I mean, my parents have the greatest relationship to not be together. Like, it's just so funny. It's so cool. But you know what I mean? Like, that's how our family is. We have a big family. They're very open. And once they love you, they love you. It's not about, you know what I mean, just you and them. And I think that's what people don't understand. Like, when you marry somebody, and people say this all the time, but it's real. You taking on that whole family. But
if you divorce them, are you divorcing the family too?
If you've built bonds with people,
I don't think you have to do that. And plus, like he said in his letter, she doesn't have a family besides his family.
Right.
So now you want me to, I don't know how long they were married, but what does it say? Hold on.
Yeah, no, but even if it's not technically.
They were married for 20 years. So that's 20 Christmas.
Yeah, that's,
20 years, 20 family cookouts, 20 family reunions, children's christenings, graduations, other weddings. That's you. So you want me to just give all that up? You want me to give up the last 20 years of my family, even though you and I aren't married anymore? They are still my family because I have created ties that bind. My children are part of this family. I'm part of this family. So if you can't handle it, Jen, then I'm sorry. But if Aunt Peggy say I'm coming to dinner, guess what? I'm coming to dinner. And
what happens?
I might bring my new dude.
What happens when they start when his sisters or whoever they are start to like the new girl better than they like the old girl?
How do you know that's going to happen?
If that happens,
I don't. I'm just saying if that happens.
And if she's still coming to stuff,
like, will it get to the point where they're like, "Oh, here she come"? Don't you know we don't even want to?
I don't think so.
It happened to the new girl first.
I don't think that would.
Right, that's what I'm expecting. But over time,
yeah, I don't necessarily think that would happen. I think there's enough room for everybody, especially like it was an amicable split. They grew apart. It's not like she underhandedly trying to get him back. Like, cool, that's your dude. I don't have a nickel in that dime. But I'm not going to stop participating in family events that I'm invited to. My children are invited
stuff
to.
We look forward to every year.
Exactly.
You bugging.
I'm coming to Christmas because of the roast beef. Like, I'm not going to stop coming to family function. I'm just not. Right. So she's going to have to get over. Or you know what? The two of them might become good friends.
Good friends.
That's what I was going to say earlier. Like, maybe they should talk to each other.
Yeah,
maybe they should. I mean, you never know.
If he's getting serious, you ain't got to talk if you ain't thinking about marrying him.
Right. But we don't even really know if it's Jennifer. It might just be the guy that wrote us. It might be his issue.
Right. He might just be paranoid about the whole situation because he don't know which way it's going to go.
Yep. So, all right, but we need to move on, Justin, because we're almost 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
What happened to Reby?
Oh God, Reby.
Last week. All right, so real quick, before we get into our main topic, Cuddle Buddies. Whose idea was that? Was that Ryan?
Yes.
R dot.
Yes. R dot.
So do y'all know what a cuddle buddy is?
Well.
Yeah, somebody that cuddle you cuddle without the cutting.
You are so
you a uddy buddy.
But you know what though, guys? It's like a legitimate thing. Like there are websites dedicated to it.
Yeah,
like,
you can pay for cuddling services.
It's like Uber cuddle.
I was like those
weird.
Like those people that go into the hospitals and hold babies. Like that's weird.
Come hold me.
There's people that do that. I didn't know
Hold
about that.
me. Yes, babies thrive off of touch and stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind holding the babies, but I'm not cuddling no stranger.
Yeah. So according to Urban Dictionary, a cuddle buddy is a person you cuddle in a completely non-sexual way. No relationship, no problem. There should be a mutual agreement that the cuddles are strictly platonic and the two of you are seeking mutual affection and nothing else until it leads to.
Oh my gosh.
If I wasn't married, I'd do it.
You would
be a cuddle. Yeah, he would so be a cuddle buddy.
You know how much money's probably in that?
Well, you know what? The website that I went to, they said it's free, but then I was like, "How's it? How?"
No, not myself. Not me. I wouldn't be doing it for free. No.
He charge. What you be charging? $20 an hour for cuddling?
$20 every 15
That's
minutes.
That's a lot of cuddling.
$20 every 15 minutes.
Every 15 minutes? Good Lord. You're an expensive cuddler.
Hey, I'm a good cuddler.
See, then you got to give people vaccination cards and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so Tanya said, not sexual. Yeah, okay. Somebody gonna get some wood. Gonna get a wood.
Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true.
So listen to this, guys.
Just put something in the tip jar for that.
This is why, I guess if you're alone, you may need a cuddle buddy in your life. Okay, ready? Winter is coming.
Cuffing season.
Get a blanket. Brace yourselves. Cold winter days are coming. There's nothing better than cuddling someone when it's freezing cold outside. A blanket and wool socks, that works too.
Okay.
You can actually Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill is actually Netflix and chill and nothing more. In addition, movies are 100 times better and more interesting when you are a big or a little spoon.
What?
Not true.
Who came up with this?
First of all,
you know, when you cook are you the big spoon or the little
like
spoon?
strangers?
Like if Goose and I were
Right.
I'd be the little spoon, he'd be the big spoon because he'd be behind me.
But see, and the spoon, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. Like I can't be in that position and not fall asleep. I'm not watching them. I'm going to sleep.
I'll be laying there like, yo, who is this?
Right.
Is he snoring?
Listen, I'll be right this right here. I'll be right in this position right here like this.
Snoring.
And I'll be like,
Exactly.
Like,
Yep. Listen, look, do you see what Mr. Watson said?
Cuddle buddies will eventually become friends with benefits.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
you're
gonna go from a cuddle buddy to a prostitute.
What they call them? What was my man? The black dude, the ladies' man. Wasn't he like a gigolo or something?
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
My baby finally came home.
He's taking over the show. You want to take the show over?
Want to take the show over?
Yeah, rename it to Eli.
Oh gosh.
Next thing you know, somebody's going to ask to put the tip in.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
You know what that leads to?
That costs extra.
Let me just put the head in.
You know what it is? You know what that is? Escort service.
Yeah, so you
For
go
the
from a
house.
cuddle buddy to an escort.
That's escort service for the house.
Okay,
So then you can escalate your prices.
So then the next perk is you get all the relationship perks without the headache. Let's be real. Cuddling is one of the biggest advantages of being in a relationship. Is it? Oh, and you can do all kinds of other activities with your cuddle buddy. You guys can eat together, watch movies, talk. You can do anything, really. This sounds like dating.
Don't it?
So I got a question. What happens
It sounds like the worst part of dating.
What happens with
like dating
when you get cuddle?
Yeah.
What happens when you pay? You got your cuddle buddy there. You got gas.
Excuse me.
Lord. That costs extra too.
Cuddle buddy, and they bring gas.
Okay, exactly.
Oh yes. Like I'm sorry, I got a little bit of.
I'll give you a discount if I have to bring the gas. With me. If I got to bring the gas with me, it's going to be 10% off.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna skip a few. Cuddles help you de-stress. You know when you're super stressed from school or work, the answer is cuddles. Researchers from the University of Wisconsin have found that cuddles reduce cortisol levels, which is
we got to get the cuddling, babe.
Means they help you to relax.
Man, we got to do some extra cuddling.
Man, they in Wisconsin. I don't know that.
Right.
It says cuddles boost your self-esteem. The logic behind this is the following. If someone wants to spoon me, it means someone needs me. So I'm not completely useless. As a consequence,
dang,
feel better about yourself. I'm sorry. Like, that made no sense to me. Does that make sense to you?
I was thinking the opposite. I was thinking, like, why you cuddle buddy like she wants me. That's what I was thinking.
Right.
It says she wants me. Is that what y'all think when we cuddle, y'all? She wants me.
Well, I cuddle usually up against him because I'm freezing and I need body heat.
I'm just a tool.
But other than that,
is that why the cuddle? That's why cuddling always go the other way. Cause y'all be like, "Oh, she wants me."
Exactly.
We should cuddle later.
Okay.
You won't feel lonely, obviously, because cuddling involves another person. Nobody wants to be lonely during cold winter nights, right? Okay. And then lastly, it says, okay, it could lead to more, of course. Fine. Cuddling could totally lead to more, you perverts. That's what the article said. I'm not calling you a pervert. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's what
we want cuddling to lead to more. We want it to lead to more. That's the only reason a guy really.
Most times, I feel like it would, especially if,
seriously.
Especially if you're attractive, they're attractive, and you're like, "Oh, this is my cuddle buddy. Okay, he might be able to get it." Then you never know.
Especially if he come cuddling with them sweatpants on.
Some of them
with the gray
sweatpants.
Especially some of them cuddle buddies, take their job seriously. Come smelling good and all moisturized.
Yes. With smelling good, moisturized, and gray sweatpants.
Guys,
I'm talking about ladies.
With the tip jar.
Ladies.
I got my tip jar ready.
Guys want cuddling to lead to one of two things. The one you can figure out on your own without me saying anything.
Right.
The other one is sleep. That's it.
That's after the one that we can figure out on our own.
Yeah. That's for sure too. Yeah,
wait, you took that
off. There you go.
Man, listen, somebody gonna get pregnant. End of story.
And that's the result most people don't want.
Keep cuddling and see what happens.
That's the accidental result.
You gonna go from cuddling your man to cuddling that baby.
Yep. So all right, that's all I got on Cuddle Buddies, guys. But we should start something. 10-7 to 10-7 cuddle service.
Nope, we're not.
Nope. I don't want to be responsible.
Next thing you know, we getting sued for something.
We already had to put
the back office of therapeutic billing.
No, I was going to say, call it therapeutic cuddling.
Do you think people are? We have a question, guys.
To the entity, I'll get on it and tell Kristen tonight.
Do you think people are seeking cuddles outside of relationships? Oh, definitely.
And if they are, do they have to tell their spouse?
Oh, now that's where it gets slippery.
Oh.
Yeah,
you should not be. If you're in a relationship, you shouldn't need a cuddle buddy. You have a cuddle buddy.
Because you might get mad like, we ain't on the cuddle.
You have pissed me off. I need to go cuddle.
I need to.
He done right. I'm going to go cuddle with Jonathan.
Weird Goose. He was like, I need to my cortisol.
Right? Okay. Ooh, I'm stressed out. Let me go call my cuddle buddy. Leanne.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. But
I ain't never in the history of my life ever heard like of a guy wanting to cuddle with somebody.
Really?
Maybe I think so. Oh my
If he was
God.
want to do
You
it,
don't want to do that. Here
Only
we
if it's
go. The man 100 grand. Go ahead, Dad. He said you don't want to do that.
Like in certain situations, guys, you know, we're obligated to cuddle. You know what I'm saying? Like that you like, you know what I'm saying? There's certain situations like, you know what, do that. But I don't think there's ever been a guy like, I can't wait to cuddle with my whoever tonight.
You never know. You never know.
I'm not saying this never
There's some
happened.
guys out here
I'm
who
just saying
want
in
to cuddle.
in my history and the people that I've known.
it's not
mean,
like
if I got
on your priority list.
But you know what though? So like, I hear what you're saying, but then I also know that me, I'm like, babe, come lay over here with me.
Yeah,
I'll do that too.
See?
Exactly.
Well then,
yeah.
you want to come?
It's a bud. And I'm hoping it was.
I'm hoping.
Let's see.
If you
Like, come on over here with me. You know, I think I smell good. I got on my gray sweatpants under the blanket. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Right,
But yeah.
Well, if you are a professional cuddler and you're a guy, show up in your gray sweats. Ladies, show up smelling good.
Well,
if she's single,
show up in your gray sweats if you got something to show off. And don't just show up in gray sweats. Like, what is that? You don't do that.
Oh, my dad said, here we go. My dad said, you cuddle with the kids.
The babies. Mm-hmm. or cuddling could lead to kids. You never know.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And
Right. So I know you don't have the graphic, but the topic tonight is.
Oh, damn, that wasn't a topic?
Oh, this was.
I thought that was
I must say, we had 41 minutes in.
And I read all the notes.
No, he didn't.
I did because I had to.
you didn't.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. If
You know, I be forgetting stuff though.
If you want, we can wrap it.
Oh, that's right. No. Because let's do it.
Let's
talk
do
We're
it.
gonna go over.
No, we're not.
We'll cut it.
No, we're not. Because I'll stop it. And it'll be to be continued.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I'll stop us at 5 of. But this is one of my favorite TV shows.
Yeah.
The one on MTV. So I do want to talk about it.
Let's get it.
So catfishing. I know you don't have to.
That's our topic for tonight. Have you been catfished? Has anybody in the 10-7 group been catfished? If you have and you would like to tell us your story, please. Yes. You can do it at 107show@gmail.com.
I don't think I've known anybody that's been catfished, like personally. Like people have told me about other people, but
maybe like back in the day, catfish is when somebody else would be pretending to be somebody else on the phone. Remember you would do stuff like that back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Well, so
but catfish is to a whole nother level.
To a whole nother level. And I think MTV coined the phrase.
They did.
Yeah.
So this started.
I love that show.
This conversation came up because there's a movie on Netflix right now. Check it out. It's on Netflix. It's about being catfish, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna name any names, but whatever. It's on Netflix. It's in like the top 10 for the week. Y'all can figure it out. But a friend of mine told me to watch this movie on Netflix, and we had already started watching it. And then she goes on to tell me about her friend who got catfish. And this is an older gentleman, an older gay gentleman in his 60s who was catfish, and she recognized all the signs and tried to tell him about it. And it messed up their relationship, their friendship. They had been friends for like 30 years. And when she was saying,
wow,
I think you're being catfish. Like every picture of him is pristine. It looks like, it was professionally taken, all these exotic backgrounds. Every time they were supposed to meet, something came up. And she was just like, it just doesn't feel right. I searched for him. The place he told you he works doesn't even exist.
Wow.
Right. And because he's in his 60s and this guy is in his 30s, he's like, so you think that just because he's in his 30s, he wouldn't want me? And she's like, I'm not saying that. Oh, thank you, sweet baby. I'm not saying that hi, come say hi.
Oh, Lord.
I was all into the story that it just stopped.
If y'all saw my post on Facebook, this is Miss Chloe. This is Eli's BFFFF.
That's my cousin.
So It's instead of coming home and seeing his mother, he was like, "All right, Mom, I'm going to see Chloe. I'm going to Chloe." So this is Chloe, Mrs. Chloe, right here. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the viewers.
Hi, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
All right. So she said to him, she was like, even if it were a 30-year-old woman, I would still question it because usually 30-year-olds don't tend to go after 60-year-olds without some kind of ulterior motive, right? So that's how the conversation started. So then I was like, well, let me do some research. How often are people really catfish? Apparently, it's really common. Please get the father. Please get him. He said, catfish, fried fish. All right,
cornbread. No, Dad, this is a whole nother thing.
All right, so let me tell you, Uncle B, with the what is catfishing? So it says catfishing refers to a type of online fraud in which the cyber criminal creates a false online identity. Oftentimes, the purpose of catfishing is to steal the victim's identity, right? We got that. But it can also be done to keep you guessing. They keep you thinking. They keep you fresh. And researchers have found that loneliness, struggles with social connections, dissatisfaction with one's own physical appearance leads people to catfish. And some LGBTQ plus individuals have known to catfish as it gives them a safe opportunity to explore their sexuality.
And that's exactly what happened on the last episode of Catfish we watched. There was somebody in the LGBTQ community, and they catfished a person because their family, they weren't out to their family, I don't think. We watched it. We were sitting watching it together.
So were they
Oh, that was the first one that came on.
Catfishing
another, they were catfishing a person that they knew, but the person didn't know that this person was, in the LGBTQ community, and they were afraid to come out, so they catfished this person. And the person found out, and the person, is not, living that type of lifestyle. So. It was an amicable, they decided not to pursue anything afterwards, but they catfished because of that.
Oh, okay. That kind of sucks.
So there was actually, I'm sorry, Tara, there was actually a few, I want to say it was probably 7 or 8 years ago. There was a very, I would guess you call it famous case of catfishing. And it was with a football player who's now in the NFL. Some people will probably remember there was a guy who played, he was a linebacker, I want to say, for University of Notre Dame. And he was talking about his girlfriend, this, blah, blah, blah. And come to find out, his girlfriend was not even a real person. He had been being catfished. And he was like one of the top prospects going to the NFL and all like that. So he was like, this came out like right before the national championship game and all that. So all the stories leading up to the national championship game was about this guy, Manti Te'o, and his fake girlfriend, who he was like in love with online, but never seen her. And it was, this
is so crazy to me.
It's wild.
And I have it here in the notes, but to me, like a red flag is like every time we're supposed to get together and something comes up, like
you can't make it.
That's like a red flag, right?
You see, a lot of times on the TV show Catfish, they live in 2 separate parts of the country. So it's easy to be like, nah, can't do it. But after a while, it's like, all right, like some of the people on Catfish, it was like 10 years.
No, but I've seen like episodes of Catfish where you live in 2 separate parts of the country, and the person being catfished would fly.
And still didn't see the person, right?
Exactly. They were scared to see him and everything, but once they land and get there, they're like, oh no, I can't make it. I got to work late or whatever.
Like I flew here. What?
Exactly. Like that would be the end of it for me.
Yo, that show was like my guilty pleasure. I don't know why. I love that show.
I watched one. It was a police officer who was getting catfished.
A cop?
So you just did no investigatory work. None.
Listen, I was in a wedding about 4 years ago in Brooklyn, right? And a catfish marathon was on. And instead of going out, I ended up watching Catfish the entire day instead of like going out walking around. It was crazy. I kind of got, you get sucked into the show. It was like you just keep watching. It's crazy.
I just be like, I watched this one where this person was like sending money to somebody. Somebody was in jail, catfishing.
And that's another thing. That's the other thing that my friend was saying. Even though he's never physically met this person, he was sending money, but he wasn't telling her all this. You see what I'm saying? Because she had already said to him, I don't trust it. You know, my spidey senses are up. I feel like you're making a mistake by doing what you're doing. And he did not want to hear it. And it destroyed their friendship. She was like, they don't talk anymore. And he still has not met this dude. And it was pre-pandemic. So it's not even like he had the excuse of, oh, you know, maybe we shouldn't get together right now because we don't know what the circumstances are around traveling or anything. It was pre-pandemic when this was going on. He was pulling this stuff with this guy.
So we had 10 minutes out. Let's talk about how to avoid. Give our audience how to avoid catfish.
Don't get into online relationships.
Yeah.
Well, people have
met
online and got married. So I wouldn't say that.
One of the main things that it says it to do, fact check. Google people.
Exactly.
And if they post a picture, do a reverse search. Where did that picture come from? You dig what I'm saying? Yeah.
Look up their phone number. All that kind of stuff. If you have it, right.
Yeah, so you can really do that? Like reverse search if you like you don't have to pay for that? Or you do have to pay for that?
I think you have to pay for it.
I don't think you do.
I'm about to just start searching people and seeing if they if people use their profile pictures to do
like a picture that's like all your pictures look like professionally done, and you know what I mean? Like if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
It probably is, yeah.
Yeah, so verify further. Even if your initial Google search doesn't bring up anything suspicious, or they do, and you're not sure what to do with the uncertainty, don't hesitate to order a background check. Now, see, that costs money. I'm not going that far. That costs money. Have privacy settings in place, because I think, like they were saying earlier in the article, people might do this in an attempt to steal your identity.
Right.
So have privacy in place.
Can I cut you off on that for 1 second? I watched the special. Did you say no?
No, I said go ahead.
Oh, I watched a special where in certain countries, in certain islands, they have whole businesses dedicated to scamming people. They have buildings and they have whole companies where they scam people. And in certain places, they like to scam certain people as their form of reparations, if you want to put it. And that's just what they said. They interviewed some of the scammers. And this is what they
from people?
It's fraud people, yeah.
Yeah, but they only fraud certain kinds of people.
Oh,
right. Yeah.
But I mean, this is real. Like there's whole businesses out here dedicated to scamming people. Yep.
Yep. So another thing it says, well, I guess if possible, meet as soon as possible. It's too easy to keep secrets or flat out lie. Relationship is strictly online, over text, or even over the phone. If distance creates too great an obstacle to meet up in the near future, at least employ Skype or FaceTime, whatever. If the person you meet online is hesitant to meet in person and continues to make excuses as to why he or she can't do online face-to-face thing with you, the relationship likely has no future and something sketchy might be going on.
Yeah.
Jay Hussein from The Real Guy says catfishing will never end because people live off hope.
Yeah.
The thought of love or a relationship will have them doing stuff for people that don't exist or not who they say they are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but what does your mental status have to be for you just to ignore?
How do you fall in love with somebody you never met?
Signs?
Well, I mean, there was one catfish that I watched, and this guy catfished a girl because of his weight. He was embarrassed, and there was nothing wrong. It was no lies. They investigated the heck out of him. He didn't want her to see him because of how overweight he was.
That's a dude that he used to be 600 pounds.
Yeah, he was my 600-pound life, and he was catfishing.
And he had lost a lot of weight.
Right.
He was still big.
But he was still big, and he didn't want her to see him
and this had been years.
Years. I think 10 years, right? 10 years.
I'm sorry, what?
10 years. Yep.
So he was
I mean, I need instant gratification. I don't even think I could date somebody that lived in like Maryland. I need instant gratification because when I call you, I kind of expect you to come. So that's not gonna work for me. What is that?
Me either.
Jay said, Goose, people slow, bro. They get scammed by fake government calls and African emails.
Yes.
I mean, I get it. I don't know. I understand, but
I have it's somebody on my job who gets caught up with them scamming emails all the time, constantly calling me like, I don't know how these emails from my Amazon account got to my work account. Honey, all the time they get caught up clicking them emails. I'm like, if you are not at work, you must be at work ordering stuff online. If you come on now.
I can remember the very first time I got one of them emails like talking about, I'm a prince from Africa, and then I was like, where? And I was like, man, that can't be for real. And then like later on, I'm getting like 20 of them like later on. But at first I was like, word, I had a jackpot. It's my lucky day.
That they need a special thing to get the dials.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Loneliness.
We gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
We gotta wrap this thing
up.
Well,
we can do part 2.
Stuff, man.
Like we talk too much. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Y'all have sense and are trying to dive into the minds of people who don't
have sense.
Let me tell you.
You'll never figure
it out.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Well, look, let's get to the final twist if y'all have one.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
You want me to go first?
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, B. I know. How did this hour go by so fast? So this one that I have is kind of like ties into what we were talking about tonight, like being basically catfished. You can't make everybody get it. Effort is a reflection of interest, and you can't force them to see that you're worth it. Be wise enough not to waste your time, patient enough not to settle, and strong enough not to force it. Whatever is meant to be will be.
It is.
Yep.
Go ahead, Mr. Turner.
Yeah.
I got one. So my final twist is the world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. And that's Albert Einstein.
Yeah, we should really.
You don't have one?
No.
All right. Well,
I'll think of one, but you.
All right. I'll be trying to be real quick with mine. Last week I spoke about the shooting that happened at the baseball game. The football game at Academy Park High School, and the little girl who was killed as a result of that. And the investigation is still going on. They're saying now that that bullet may have came from the police. And the reason I bring that up is because my stance is still the same. Put them guns down, learn how to fight. Put them guns down, learn how to fight. Now, the other part of my final thought, school's getting ready to start for some kids. School has started already for a lot of kids. Make sure we support our future. We got to support our future, man. These kids are coming out of a pandemic. A lot of them haven't even been to school in over a year. And, there's a lot of things that they're going to be trying to figure out. A lot of people that they don't know. A lot of things that, a lot of differences that they're going to have to figure out. With that being the case, man, just make sure we support our future and be patient with the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. And my final thought is to extend grace to people.
All right, so they're gone. Ryan's final twist. I love R-Dot. Right. My final twist. If love is blind, it can't be at first sight. Say no to catfishing. Very good, Ryan. Very good. I don't know if Justin and Tyra are going to come back in here.
There they go.
There we go. Exten's technology sucks.
Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties. But extend grace. Everybody's going to need it this year. Going back to work, going back to school. Don't be too hard on yourself. Definitely don't be hard on your kids. Don't be hard on the teachers. Extend grace to everybody. We all need grace right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you have it. That is the new twist. The 10-7 show for today. We appreciate y'all for hanging out with us and commenting and all like that. For Tara, Goose, Tyra, and myself, we'll talk to y'all next time right here on the 10-7 show. Y'all be good.
Peace.